that. Oh, there's some haven't taken it yet. I know that at least 1, 2, 3 students have not taken that quiz yet.
Come on, Shane.
How's you?
Emmanuel, it wasn't me. Shut up.
Dude, I took it already.
I'm complaining about the quiz.
One person did get a perfect score on it.
Who was it?
I bet it was Boomer.
But did take 3 times. Took 3 times to do that.
Oh.
It wasn't me.
Take the quiz, dude.
I have enabled 5 attempts.
I'll call it right now, Manny.
So I'll update that if I get the votes on that comment. Let's go to attendance, see who's here. I see 7 participants.
Why isn't Autumn coming anymore?
I don't know. Did you get a job?
I don't think she knows how to get back on.
Really?
Should we send her an email with the link?
Well, you haven't rescheduled. You canceled it, but you never rescheduled it.
Well, it's all right here. Right here. Maybe I need to make that past and future recording. Facts and future online sessions. Let's edit that.
What? No, I'm talking about for the Google Meet for class.
Yep. Past. Let's see. We'll do this as online sessions and past recordings. Maybe I better state that. Online sessions, calendar.
Okay, we're doing it through Schoology. I didn't know that. I always had to go through like my email to find you.
Right. It's right here.
All right.
Why is that? I will update that for all Autumn here. Copy link. I'll make this the whole thing, the link. Paste it, and I'll send her an email. If you know her text, go ahead and send her a text. And I'll do that right now as well. We don't want her missing out on all the excitement.
Wait, Mr. Manning, you're taking attendance by us logging online, right?
And doing the work. Yep.
Okay.
Because I know some people weren't have jobs and things, and we can't demand exactly. Although if it were my choice, I would be demanding that. Meetings, cs101. They are listed right at the top in the Schoology course. The meeting link calendar is listed right. Send her an email. We'll see if she gets online today. Okay, so attendance. Let's see. First of all, we'll check on Friday. Here's how I keep track of who prayed. I just make a little note. Spencer prayed on Friday. So today, if you would like, Autumn's not here. Daniel, if you would you like to pray? Daniel?
Danny?
Who's John Smart?
Okay. He's just a test student. I log in as him to see if the page looks right to a student.
Oh.
Daniel, are you there?
I am.
Would you like to pray? Would you like to pray, dude?
Yes.
Why, dude?
Okay. Thank you for this class, and thank you for allowing us to meet and learn together. And I pray that everyone would be using the time wisely that they have in quarantine and spending it with family and really pouring into the people that they're around that they wouldn't normally be around. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. So who do we have? We got 7. We got. I don't see Boom. Emmanuel's here. Bethany. I don't see Bethany. Shane's. Riley, Spencer. There he is. And Autumn and Daniel. All right. So just for fun, I am using a webcam here to by hand give you our agenda for today. Going to review the goal seek. That's one of the major things we learned here in Excel Project 3. And what if analysis. What is that all about? A little practice with this, just because it takes a few practices to review that. Excel 3, we're just about done with that anyway. We got some graphs to do and reviewing. We haven't finished the whole what if analysis yet. Okay, so let's go back. Oh, a question for you, just for a fun question. Does anybody know what this is? Ever heard of that? Nope. Something I have done.
That's Emmanuel's last name.
It's something I have done. It's kind of a fun thing to do. You can actually make round balls using just dirt, and they can even be shiny. This guy is going out to get dirt. Let's skip ahead to how he does it. Let's see. Here he goes. He starts with some dirt. Here's how he starts. You take dirt, you get it wet, and it's all can be done by hand. Look at how many he's made. You can get different colored dirt. Oh man, he's obsessed with it.
What are you talking about?
We can
You can make round, shiny balls just out of dirt.
What is what?
We cannot see the screen.
You can't see the screen.
No.
Oh, let me stop it. I thought I was presenting my screen. Present. Sorry about that.
There you go.
Here we go. So you take dirt, mix it with water, just make a little mud, form a mud ball, and the rest you just start dropping dust over it and forming a smooth layer over the rest of it.
That's so cool.
He's got a lot of spare time on his hands.
What's the point of that?
It's very therapeutic.
You know what else is therapeutic? The Bible.
No. That's right. Pretty cool, huh?
Why do I need to make a ball to have
a ball? You can make a ball out of just dirt. They did one of these.
Emmanuel, next time when you're like spazzing out, we'll make a ball of dirt together. All right?
Yep. Very therapeutic. I have. I think I've made. I have a few failures that I just threw away. I think 3 of them actually turned out. First time I saw it was on Mythbusters, and they didn't use dirt. But they did make it shiny.
What'd they make? What'd they use?
They used something like dirt that was stinky.
Okay, poop.
They used lion poop. Yep. And they actually made it shiny. Well, to the topic of today, Excel. Let's see, where do we have our Excel? And I hear some have been having a little trouble using Excel on their laptop. So if you have to, you can use Excel 365. We are seeing differences, but you know what? You are learning to deal with, oh, I don't want to make a blank one. You are learning to deal with that, and that's just the way of life here. Our financial forecast here in Excel. And we're going to be going on to other data after we get this done. Let's review a few things. First of all, let's review that if formula. I'm going to give you, remember we had that practice page in our spreadsheet? Let's go to that practice page. I'm going to give you a problem here. Let's give you a problem for you to fill in the if formula. Let's make the problem up. We'll call this one the, we'll do the bonus thing. Well, what should we do the bonus? How about we do quota? Let's do the quota thing. The quota, the percent bonus, and then so the quota, the percent bonus, and then my sales and my bonus. Okay, so let's put that on a sentence. I receive a bump in my pay. I'll call that a percentage bump in my pay. If my sales meet the quota. That you can read that as meet or exceed. And we'll call that my base pay is 20%. We'll do a little better. 40% of my sales. My pay. All right. The only number that we haven't entered correctly here, or entered for the actual criteria, is the percent bonus I get if I meet the quota. Let's make the percent bonus. We get a bump of 10% in my bonus if my sales meet the quota. So let's set our quota at $20,000. $20,000 of whatever I'm selling. If I meet that, then I get a bump in my pay. So right now, let's say my sales are at 15,000. Now we need an if formula to calculate my bonus. Anyone want to help me out? Let's look at it. Let's break it apart. Let's look at the condition, or we'll call it a test. Value if true. Value if false. What is the test for whether I receive my bonus? Anyone want to give that a try? If my sales meet the quota. That sentence, that part right there, that phrase, my sales meet the quota. what would the condition be? Anyone want to try? Riley, want to give it a try? You could chat it or turn on your mic. Shane?
I have no idea.
I'll bet Spencer knows. He's silent. All right, let me give you a little help. The condition would be my sales, C15, greater or equal to what's in A15. So the condition would be C15 greater than A15. Now, the bonus, that's a little more complicated. I made it a little harder for you. The bonus is the percent bonus times my sales. So if I do get the bonus, it's a 10% added to my sales. So it would be C15 times the percent of my bonus, which is in B15. So the boss can decide what percentage bonus we get. He doesn't have a hard number. He decides in that assumptions table, we can adjust that number. If we're having a hard time finding salespeople, we'll bump up the bonus for more incentive. If we're not making enough sales, we'll bump up our quota to incentivize them to reach their quota or reach enough sales. And the value of false is, well, you don't get the bonus, so you could put a 0 there. With these things filled in, now I can put my if formula here. Equals if logical test is that C15 greater than A15. The value of true is, well, it's that times that. I can point to it and do the multiplication to get the values in there. Value of false is 0. And since my sales didn't meet the quota, I don't get a bonus. But my pay is always going to be equal to my sales times 40% plus my bonus. So this formula here, this came out of the statement, my base pay is 40% of my sales. So that's where that came from. I could make that, instead of 0.4, I could make that also 40%. That will give me mathematically the same answer. Now let's just say I come back and correct my sales. Oh, I meant to say 25,000. Now I do get a bonus on top of making good pay as well. So there is a little practice with the if formula. Figure out what the test is. The result that should go here if the test comes out true. So sales meet the quota. That's my test. Comma, what do I get? Percentage in my pay, percentage bump. Well, there's my bonus times my pay, or times my sales. There's my bonus, percent of the sales gets added to my pay. Now this sentence was, I purposely worded the sentence a little more complicated just to make you think harder. On a test, it's not going to be as hard as this. It'll be closer to this kind of thing where I have a fairly easy to understand sentence. But this is a little more challenging. Quota. This was a more challenging, from a sentence, a word problem, test your knowledge. Okay, back to our next practice on this. We have this what if analysis. And notice, remember with what if analysis, we keep track of what things were before we made the change. Not only the thing we're going to change is the marketing or site rental fee. We made a change in the site rental percent. What our results were before and after. And I think in the book they have one more goal seek. If not, we're going to do our own here to make sure you have a good practice at that. So their initial goal seek. Looked for the change in we wanted to seek a goal of 3,500,000 by changing our sales percent. So it had to go down to 7.73 before we achieve our sales. And let's do one more conditional formatting. Let's see, can we do a conditional formatting? Let's see, how about let's just highlight the bonuses that are greater than 0. Let's just highlight them in green to just emphasize our bonus. Or we could, yeah, let's just highlight them in green when we have a bonus. So I'm going to apply conditional formatting to these just for practice. And what I want to do is highlight, background color of green when I have received the bonus. Select all the cells with the bonus. Go to conditional formatting. New rule. Format the cells based on what they contain. Cell value greater than 0. That's the format. And let me magnify that. This is our rule. If we've received a bonus, what's in that cell will be greater than 0. And now to format that cell, format, and I choose the fill color, that's the highlight. Choose a fill color of green. I'm going to choose one of the light greens. It shows the sample of the color. Once I click OK, it will now show me the sample of what that cell would look like if that condition were met. And click OK. And now I see where I have gotten my bonus. It's highlighted in green. Just a little practice with conditional formatting. And with that Excel project, we are, I think, done with Excel project 3. Let's check, make sure we haven't missed anything important here. Yeah. So what if analysis, if formula, done now completely with Excel project 3. But I'm going to do, let's do one more goal seek just for practice. I'm going to go from scratch a goal seek. This is something that we'll do the before and after. And let's give another before and let's do it better than that. So I'm going to do before and after of this time. Let's change, how about, let's change the salary. I'm going to copy that, paste. The salary is what we're changing. Let's do a before and after. Call that assumption. We'll change our assumption. Initially, the salary was what? 20%. So I'm going to copy, paste. And our sales right now are at 3,323,000. Copy. This time I'm paying a result. This is our result, operating income. I'll just call it OI. This time I'm pasting the value, not the, oh, I have to do the copy. All right, copy. Paste the value. Since that was a formula, I don't want to paste the formula. I'm pasting the value it was before I changed my sales to reach a higher sales or operating income. Putting that in comma format. Now let's goal seek. I want to achieve, let's aim for 4 million. We want 4 million operating income, and we're going to decrease our salaries. We're not a very smart boss. We think by decreasing salaries, that's going to allow us to achieve sales. Someone that knows you're a salesman would say, no, that's going to make them quit, and our sales are going to tank because we don't have salesmen. Well, let's see if the boss would just use the computer to figure out what he would need to decrease salaries to. Let's do a goal seek on that value. So I click on that, go to my data tab, Whatif Analysis, goal seek. And the goal, the cell I'm seeking a goal of is H16, which I had been selected. I want to seek a value of 4 million in sales. But it doesn't know how to do it without knowing, well, what should I change? So we have to go over here and click on the cell that we want to change, and it's the sales, or sorry, the salary percent, which is over there in cell B22. So what we're letting Excel do is try to find a value in B22 that will cause my sales to increase, or my operating income to be 4 million at the end of the year. Excel is now going to try to change B22. Let's see what happens. It found a value, and I'm going to click OK. And I see that it a salary of 11.33% is the value that would achieve my goal. So I paste that value there, and I put my result here, copy, paste special value, and put it in comma format. So now my Whatif analysis is this. I'll just write the sentence out. The analysis is to achieve 4 million in operating income, drop salaries from, what was it, 20% to 10%. And a better sentence would be to improve operating income, increase operating income, OI, from the initial value to 4 million, 3.3 million, to 4 million, drop the salaries from 20% to 11.33%. And Excel did all the work for us, figuring out what value of salary would give us that. We could have just by hand come here and change this, guessing and tweaking this little by little until we get exactly 4 million, or let Excel do all the hard work. There is your another example of Whatif analysis. And I'm going to put that in a nice dark border. All right, with that, we are done with Excel Project 3. Let's save that. And now it's time to make sure I got this right. I think we want to do a little bit of work in the cloud with some cloud data. Checking the schedule, make sure I'm not missing something. We want to look at Google Docs. We have some data that we want to graph. It's the Excel River Data Analysis over here in Schoology. You go to the Excel section in the River Data Analysis. We're going to actually get some real data out there. Actually, wait a minute. Let me check the schedule. I forget which one we have to do first. This was the one I'm thinking of. This is more pertinent to these days. But let's see the schedule here. I don't want to mess with your schedule. We're behind. I might have to drop something here. So here we go. Assignment schedule. Let's see which one I had planned to do first. River data. Okay. Cloud spreadsheets. Let's go ahead. Let's catch up. Man, I think I might leave that one for extra credit. Let's go ahead and do this cloud spreadsheets, because I want you not only to be familiar with Excel, it has cool graphing capabilities. We can do some cloud spreadsheet graphics as well. So let's go to cloud spreadsheets. I'm going to leave river data for extra credit so we can kind of catch up and get going with Access. And yeah, because Wednesday is the start of Access. Then we have a little break for Easter. I want to check on that. Did we cancel that Monday? I think we actually may have canceled the no class and actually have class on the 13th. I'll check on that. Okay, cloud spreadsheets. I'm going to go ahead to the river data analysis, and I'll mark that one as extra credit. So I'll go here. River data analysis, good for you to do, but I'm going to make that extra credit. If you're worried about your grade at all, add that project to gain some points in your homework. It won't count against you if you don't do it. Okay, let's look at the cloud now. Oh, before we know, let's see, it's almost, it's past 12. Let's see if we get to extend the assignment there. Let's see if anybody commented on that. Oh, Daniel answered. Spencer, 1, 2, and Shane. Oh, Emmanuel, you didn't ask for it. Yes.
Emmanuel's perfect. He doesn't need it.
You don't need it, Emmanuel? Are you there, Emmanuel?
He's there. He's just shy.
I already took it.
Okay, Emmanuel.
Are you talking about Excel 1, Excel 2, right?
Yep, Excel 1 and 2.
Yeah, I finished that.
Okay.
I'm on Excel 3.
Okay.
Anybody else? I guess nobody else wanted to make a vote for it. Danny, you said you did it? Oh, he is asking for the please, senor. What do you think, guys? Should we let Danny have an extension?
Emmanuel say no. I say if someone likes his post, I say let us give it. Refresh and let's see if someone likes it.
Are you pleading for mercy? Anybody want to object?
Refresh the page for Schoology, and if anyone liked his post, I say we give it to him.
All right, let's see. Oh, we got a like.
Gotta like.
We got a like, Daniel. All right. For the sake of one like.
Who liked it? Just kidding. I know
Does
who.
it say? Oh, look at that.
I
Two
like it
people
too.
liked it.
Two people.
Way to go. Okay, Danny got 2 likes. Okay, Daniel. Excel 2. You didn't get enough likes to let Excel 1, and Excel 1 is kind of pretty far back in the past. So we'll give you Excel 2. All right, let's look at this spreadsheet, Google spreadsheet assignment here. So what do we need to do here? This is something very much like something will be a long time around. You are living in an age of information. There's going to be more and more of this information. And this particular project, we want to basically find out that, use this data here, import it into a Google spreadsheet, and somehow graph the data. So let's learn about how to graph this data by first going to see what the data is. I'm going to click on that link, and I like to make sure I can come back if needed. I'm going to open a new tab and see what I have for values of data. If you would like to grab your own state data, or let's see what we have for US current values or historical. Actually, historical data to me is more interesting. Let's see what we have for states historical data. Then maybe we'll look at the whole country. Let's see what we have for states. Oh, and there's the typical way you get data is a CSV file. I'm going to save that in my cs101 folder. So I can look at it in Excel, but the goal is to actually graph it in Google spreadsheets. So that's a daily, and I'll call it a daily COVID. Save that data. It's probably a very large file. Let's see what's in it. I'm going to just view it in Excel and see what kind of data they provided for us. Oh my goodness. We have lots of crazy formats here. One page. We have states listed, and we have a date. Looks like we have a date stamp. And how many lines of data do we have? Lots of data. So we have a date stamp, and it goes back to April 5th at the start. Let's see at the bottom what date we have. It goes back to March 4th, all the way back to March 4th. But it gives every state a number. So it's kind of jumbled up here. I was hoping for like a column of a state, but it gives every state alphabetically. So you get a section of 50 for every date. Well, let's do a little practice here. Let's get one particular state, and let's look at Iowa's numbers. And let's see if this data is organized. Let me zoom in for you here. If this data is organized right, I think I might be able to pull out all the Iowa numbers without too much trouble. Now, for some reason, the date, there, let's tell it this is a date. So I'm going to click on that column and tell it that is a date. I know that's a date. Let's make it a short date. Oh, let's choose a better format here. Date. And maybe it has to be a little bigger. Let's see what we have.
Someone sneezed. Who was it?
That's way too big. Maybe we'll just leave it a number. I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll just leave it a number. I can tell it's encoded as a date, or I can treat it as a number, I believe. And let's just look for Iowa. So here we have Iowa. So that is A16. I'm going to copy A6. I'm going to start a new worksheet here. So Iowa is at A16. Okay, so I'll just put here equals Oh, that other spreadsheet, A16. Well, I have to go click on there and click on A16 and come back to here. And I see it has put in that formula for A16 is sheet 1, exclamation point, A16. And I don't know why it's putting a 0 there. Did I put a 0 there by accident? That's weird. Sheet 1, A16. Well, is there a formula here? Let's see. No, that's not a formula. That's just a number. Well, let's see where the next Iowa one is. Let's go down, and we see that it's at next date. That was 405. 404 Iowa was at A72. So back to this one, I can put equals, come back to this sheet and type or click on A72, enter. Now I get a number. Oh, I guess I chose the wrong sheet. It's not daily, it's not sheet 1 A16, it's daily COVID. A72. A16.
A16.
Daily COVID A16. Here, daily COVID A72. Now, do you think, now that it knows Iowa is separated, do you think if I do the fill handle of those two, will it know where to select from? Let's find out. Daily COVID A18. Nope, it doesn't know what to do. I was hoping I could get a better collection of the data. The data is kind of messed up for me for Iowa. Let's go back and look for better data, because I just want a column of data to graph and not be so confusing to pull out the data. Let's see if we have the daily data for the US. So let's go back to let's try the US historical data instead of states historical data. What we're looking for is a column of data that can be mapped. So there's US daily. I'm going to add COVID to the file name. And let's open that one and see if we just at least have a column of data. Well, here is a column of data, and we have positive tests, negative tests pending. Here's the death rate. Here's the hospitalized. So let's graph this column based on we'll map the date and the positive tests. So I'm going to zoom in on this data. Let's just graph the date all the way out to the positive test. Actually, let's do the date and all the way out to pending. Select all the way down to line 34. So we have 34 days of data.
Mr. Manning.
Yep.
How did you get that to Excel?
Oh, I downloaded it. And then I clicked on the downloads from my browser that showed up at the bottom when I downloaded the file, and it automatically opened up in Excel. Let me do that again. I clicked the US historical data, CSV, click that. It downloads it to my folder, and I save it.
Mine just goes to a sheet with a bunch of numbers.
It showed up here, but if I click on it, then it opens it in Excel. That looks like that. Are you able to get that far?
I'm not.
Did you go to your downloads folder?
Well, I'm not. It won't download. From all that's going on is it's sending me to another page with a bunch of numbers.
Oh, so you actually see it in your browser, not in Excel. Okay, let me see if I can show that in the browser. Let's see if I right-click on.
It's a little different. It doesn't. It's not as organized as yours. It's just like
because there's two links there. There's this link and there's a CSV link. Make sure to do the CSV link. Let's see if I can get that to open in my browser.
I am doing the CSV.
I'm going to try to open that in a new tab. Oh, it always wants to download it if I try to open it in the browser with my CSV link. Here's what I'll do then. I
can only download it as a linked file.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to grab the data and put it in a spreadsheet, and I will give you the link to my spreadsheet that you can copy. I'll share the spreadsheet with you. So let me close this file. Here's the historical data. If you have it in Excel, basically we want columns A through E all the way down to line 34. I'm going to copy that. And what I'm going to do, Shane, I'm going to put it in a Google spreadsheet here, and then I'll share with the spreadsheet with you. So I'm coming now back to Google my browser, going to my email. And I'm going to right away go to my Google Drive. Your Google Drive is where you can do so many things in the cloud. And the wonderful thing about Google Drive for Emmaus is we have an educational account that gives us unlimited storage. I have lots of folders up there in my cloud drive. I'm going to go to my cs101 folder by just doing a search for it. cs101. I've been using the cloud for about 10 years. Lots of files up there. Here's my cs101 2020 spring folder. And in that folder, you don't have to have as many folders. I'm going to create a new sheet by clicking on the little icon on the upper left, new, after making a new folder. If you don't have a new folder, you can create a folder there. I can create a new Google Sheets. This is the cloud equivalent of spreadsheets. I'm going to paste that data that I just copied. Control V, paste out of my Excel. And I'm going to give it a name, COVID data graphing CS101. And I am going to share this with you. I see we're out of time. I'm going to share this and let you have this as a link. You can make a copy of it and edit with it. So I'm going to change the link to completely be anyone with the link, even if you're not logged into your Emmaus email. I'm going to share it with anyone with this link, and I'll put that link in this project description. And I will stop the recording here, but I will put that link up in Schoology for you to then be able to work with that data. And all we want to do is graph the data. Just make a simple graph with a little practice in the cloud. I'd love to do more, but we're a little short of time, and I want to give plenty of time for the databases next time, which is more challenging.
So we take it from date to pending, and then we make a graph in Google Sheets.
Yep. And I'll put the instructions for that in right here in this assignment right here. So I'm going to add that link right here, right now. But I'm going to stop the recording. And that recording will show up in